Are you too lazy to read patch notes? Well, I got you. Hello, my name is Miss Chim Chim and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be going over patch 13.3 and I don't want to hold you too long because I don't even want to read them. So let's go ahead and get into it. So in patch 13.3, y'all already know that Aurelion Sol is coming out. I've already done a video on his abilities and whatnot, so you can go watch that, but we're gonna get into the regular nerfs and buffs. So Amumu is getting a nerf. His Q mana cost is getting increased and his E damage is getting decreased. And again, I'm not going over the numbers. If you want to look at the numbers, they're right here, but again, we're moving on. Annie is getting a nerf. However, her passive will become fully charged on respawn. Her E shield is getting increased and the cooldown is getting decreased, but the damage is getting adjusted. I don't know why this is considered a nerf because Tibbers' health, armor, magic resist, and movement speed are all getting increased. Where's the nerf? This isn't a nerf. Why is it classified as a nerf? Maybe I'm trolling. It says nerf right here, but this is a buff, so we're moving on. So Jarvan is getting a buff. His base armor is going up, and for his W or his shield, the cooldown is going down while the shield strength is going up, but the shield duration will now be shorter. Kassadin is getting a nerf finally. So for his base stats, he's gonna have more health growth. So his base health is getting increased. However, his knockup on his Q3 duration is going to be shorter, and his stun on his Q3 is going to be shorter. For his W, the minimum stun duration is going to be shorter. And then for his ulti, aka all out, his resistance loss for bonus resistance is getting increased. Kassadin is coming in with a nerf. So his E base damage is getting decreased. And then the cooldown from nearby cast is also going down. For his ulti, the base damage is going to be decreased. And the bonus damage per stack is also getting decreased. So a pretty nice nerf for Kassadin. For Kayle is getting a buff. Her passive bonus movement speed is getting increased, and her E on hit scaling is also getting increased. Kayn is getting a buff, so he's getting a damage increase on his passive Shadow Assassin, and his Q80 scaling is getting increased. Leblanc is also getting a buff. Leblanc is getting more mana regeneration as well as mana regeneration growth, and her Q, the mana cost is going to be the same in all ranks, so the mana cost for later ranks is getting decreased. And then finally, the cooldown on her R is getting reduced. Lee Sin is getting a buff as well. So for Lee Sin, his Q80 damage is going up, but his E base damage is going down, but the slow on his E is getting increased. So I'm gonna call this a buff because he's got two things that are increasing and one thing decreasing. So I'm gonna just call it a buff. Trundle is also getting a buff. His W cooldown is getting decreased. And I think this is a fun little fact for those who like to dance on people's bodies. So Trundle's dance is now going to scale with his attack speed. So the more attack speed he has, the faster he moves. And honestly, I rock with that. I wish they would do that for Jinx. Zac is getting a nerf. His AP scaling on his W is getting decreased as well as on his E. Radiant Virtue is getting a nerf. The cost is going up. They're removing the ability haste. Passive is getting a longer cooldown. And then they're kind of nerfing Umbral Glaive as well. It's going to get a longer cooldown, and they're removing the trap interaction. So it will no longer instantly kill traps, but it will still reveal them. And then for ranged champions using this item, it will do 2 damage when they attack a ward. But if you're melee, it'll still do that 3 damage. Overheal is getting a buff, which I've already discussed. And then y'all, they're buffing melee and engage support. Period. That's what I love to see. Okay, so let's get into it. So Alistar is getting more maximum health. His mana costs are going down on his Q, W, and E, and the damage is getting increased on all of those. So period. For Braum, his target immunity duration on his passive is staying the same, but you now get it at levels 1, 6, and 11 instead of 1, 7, and 13. And then for his W, you get more bonus armor and magic resist. For Nautilus, his passive is going to give him more bonus damage. His W is going to cost less in terms of mana, and his shield strength is going to be bigger. And then for his E, the magic damage is going up. For Pyke, they could have kept this one. I'm not even going to cap. But for Pyke, like they're giving him more physical damage. They could have kept that one in the vault. They didn't need to release that. For Rakan period, for his Q, the mana cost, the cooldown is both getting decreased, and then the base heal is getting increased. And then for his W, the base magic damage is going down, but the scaling is going up. So I think you AP users are gonna have fun with that one. I don't know. And then finally, they're buffing my baby daddy period. So for his Q, the base magic damage is going up as well as the AP scaling per soul. His W, the shield per soul, is getting decreased, but the flay doesn't look to have AP scaling anymore on it. Maybe they meant to put scaling here, but I don't see any scaling here. All right, that's your speed run for patch 13.3. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one when we can speed run 13.4. Hopefully on the next one I can try and get a date for y'all, because everybody coming to stream talking about when does it get released, when does it get released. Baby, I don't even know. I don't know if they know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a little bit rough. It's been a little bit rocky in the waters, but you know, I'm rooting for them. Maybe we get a little bit more of that transparency that they've been talking about when it comes to the dates. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget I stream every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until the next one, I wish you nothing. That's the stream ending. Until the next one, love you, bye.